What if I told you that NFTs never actually disappeared? For a while, it seemed like everyone stopped talking about them. The hype cooled off, expensive JPEGs weren't making headlines anymore, and many people assumed NFTs were dead forever. But here's the truth. While the hype may have failed, the technology behind NFTs have continued to evolve. In today's video, we're going to answer one big question. Are NFTs worth paying attention to in 2026? We'll cover what NFTs are, how they've changed since their boom years, where they're being used today, the biggest opportunities, the biggest risks, and what the future might look like. Now let's get started. NFT stands for non-fungible token. That sounds complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. Think of an NFT as a digital certificate of ownership that lives on a blockchain. Unlike cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, where each coin is interchangeable with another NFT, unlike cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, where each coin is interchangeable with another, every NFT is unique. An NFT can represent ownership of digital artwork, music, collectibles, gaming items, even tickets, memberships, digital identities, and even certain real-world assets. The blockchain acts as a public ledger that records who owns the asset and when ownership changes. Back in 2021 and 2022, NFTs exploded in popularity. Some collections sold hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. Celebrities joined the trend. Brands launched NFT collections. Investors rushed in hoping to make quick profits. Unfortunately, speculation eventually took over. Many people bought NFTs hoping to flip them for higher prices rather than because they believed in the technology itself. When the broader crypto market declined, NFT prices dropped dramatically. Thousands of collections lost most of their value. That led many people to declare NFTs dead. Now, what is different about NFTs in 2026? Well, what's different about NFTs in 2026? Here's where things get interesting. Well, what's the difference about NFTs in 2026? Well, here's where things get interesting. In 2026, the conversation has shifted. Instead of asking which NFT will make me rich, most people are asking, how can NFTs actually solve real world problems? That shift has changed the entire industry. Today, NFTs are increasingly being used as digital ownership tools rather than speculative investments. Businesses and developers are focusing on utility instead of hype. NFTs are beyond digital art. Digital artwork still exists, but it no longer is the only case. Today, NFTs are being explored for event tickets that are harder to counterfeit, gaming items players can potentially own and trade, digital memberships for exclusive communities, loyalty and rewards programs, educational certificates, digital collectibles tied to sports and entertainment, authentication for luxury and collectibles and goods, and the technology is becoming more practical than flashy. NFTs and gaming. Gaming remains one of the biggest areas where NFTs continue to be explored. Imagine earning a rare sword in one game and owning it in your digital wallet. Instead of the game company controlling every item, players may have greater control over certain digital assets. Some developers are experimenting with this concept while others have chosen not to adopt NFTs due to player concerns. Whether NFTs become a major part of gaming and will likely depend on whether they improve gameplay rather than simply create new ways to spend money. Businesses are also experimenting with NFT technology. Instead of replacing traditional customer accounts, NFTs can sometimes serve as digital membership passes. Imagine buying a concert ticket that also unlocks exclusive behind the scenes content, or owning a membership NFT that provides discounts, early project access, or access to special events. In these cases, the NFT is valuable because of what it unlocks, not because someone hopes to resell it. Now, despite these developments, NFTs still come with significant risks. Prices can be extremely volatile. Some projects make promises they never deliver. Scammers continue to create fake collections and phishing websites. Smart contract vulnerabilities can also expose users to losses. If you're considering buying an NFT, always research the project, verify official links, and never invest money you can't afford to lose. Remember, owning an NFT doesn't automatically mean the asset will increase in value. Now, could NFTs be mainstream? One possibility is that people may use NFT technology without even realizing it. Thinking about using a concert ticket, a digital ID, or a loyal membership. The average user may never need to know that an NFT powers the experience behind the scenes. This is similar to how most people use the internet every day, without thinking about the technical protocols that make it work. If NFTs become invisible infrastructure, they may achieve broader adoption than during the hype cycle. Looking ahead, several trends could influence NFTs over the coming years. Artificial intelligence may create more personalized digital experiences. Blockchain networks may continue improving speed, reducing transaction costs. Business may continue experimenting with digital ownership, loyalty programs, and collectibles. However, it's impossible to predict exactly how the market will evolve. Some NFT projects will likely succeed, others may disappear. As with many emerging technologies, innovation and risk often comes side by side. So, with that being said, are NFTs dead? Not exactly. The speculative excitement that defined the early years has faded, but the underlying technology continues to be explored for practical applications. Whether NFTs become a lasting part of everyday digital life will depend less on expensive collectibles and more on whether they provide real world value to users. The future of NFTs may not be about buying digital pictures. It may be proving ownership, unlocking services, verifying authenticity, and creating new ways to interact online. Only time will tell. Now, what do you think? Are NFTs making a quiet comeback, or do you believe that their best days are behind them? Leave your thoughts in the comments below as I read as many as I can. If you enjoyed this video and want more content covering technology, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, cryptocurrency, and business in the future of innovation, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.